Yo, what's going on, guys?
What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of Taking High Ground Fridays. We're fresh off the national. We have a lot to talk about, a lot of extra news as well. Can't wait to get into it. My name is Rob. You can find me on Instagram at R3Rips. Also, anywhere else, Taking HG, anything like that. So, Dylan, what's up, bro? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm doing good. Warfighter, Wayne, Daniel,
Wayne is
Richard, what's
wild.
going on? JT, Donix, what's going on? Phantom,
Wayne, Wayne
Black
is too
Ash,
early.
JL. Yo, Black Ash was there too, and Black
Yeah,
Ash and Wayne were throwing some major heat around.
man, I
You
can't
know,
wait.
actually,
Hmm.
we have to do a shout out because Black Ash has you have a YouTube video now, or YouTube channel now. He bet on epic video
Yeah,
of
yeah.
his prototypes.
Man, it seems like the prototypes is doing its own thing at this point. You know what I mean? It's like carving out its own market. It's not just one to three people anymore. A good amount of
Rob
people have
dropped me a
their
juice. Stop. Wait. They
Rob
go.
drop.
Y'all have to.
Oh yeah,
Rob's in an undisclosed location.
context. Yeah, I'm still in Georgia. I'm still rounded out vacation. So yeah, I am not in my typical setup. I'm not dropping a douche yet. Definitely handled that already. So we good. Undisclosed.
We had a blast.
Yeah.
We got to meet a lot of people in person. Richard finally. Of course, we met Wayne. Black Ash and them did a crazy deal with the prototypes. Um,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Are we doing a vid? Are you doing a video on
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
we'll have a man. I was looking through all the content because obviously I'm not by my desktop, but I've been putting the pieces together. I was re-looking through it, bro. It's that was a fun time, especially the trade day that we had together. Uh, I can't wait to see how much that grows next year. I hope a lot more people come next year. It was great meeting everybody. But Randy and Randy and Wayne did some crazy stuff for sure.
we should just jump into it and just like give people who weren't there like an overview of what it was like.
Yeah.
Um, so not much Fortnite, right? So I mean, it's a sports convention, so we didn't expect it to be like a whole bunch. But first day, I did see one stand that had Series 3 mega boxes. They sold
Yeah.
out the first day. I was like,
Yeah.
I was gonna buy some to rip and stuff, but then they were gone, right?
Yeah.
So that was only one seller. We went to what is it, Steel City? Is that what we called it?
Yeah. It was Steel City. Yep.
Steel City, and we talked to them because we know they had mega boxes, and they said we didn't bring any because they weren't selling, but they're listing them for $1,500 a piece. So it was like, how are they
Okay.
going to sell at that price? Just lower the price. Um, so at first it was like, man, there's not too much Fortnite, but we saw a lot on display, not many selling. So like one of the
Hmm.
companies that had a huge Fortnite display was Tag. They had like
Hmm.
half of the cards on display were Fortnite for their
Hmm.
grading service, which piqued my interest. Right, it was like I walked
Yeah.
by, and so we talked to them for like 3 days straight. Like we just kept going and talking to them. They said that the Fortnite cards were the biggest showstopper for them. That's what
Yeah.
they told me to say, and people kept stopping to look at the Fortnite cards, which I thought was interesting. Being like a card like shows, like we saw Pokemon, we saw some Garbage Pail Kids, but it's mostly sports, of course. But
Hmm.
I was really interested in tag, so I went ahead and got some stuff graded. We'll do a whole video on what it looks like when it gets graded, but this is a cool looking company to me. Um,
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for a Shardock to jump in here and be like, "Oh, it's not PSA." But no, I
Yeah.
really liked it. Rob, you liked it too, right?
Yeah. No, I told Dylan, being as unbiased as possible. Y'all know I love PSA. This is one of the best slabs that I've seen. It's firm and to the touch, like you don't feel like it's flimsy. Obviously, a lot of slabs is like that, but when it comes to that actual, the way that it's just translucent, it looks amazing, man. The transparency on it is crazy. It's
Yeah,
hard to explain without seeing it, honestly.
yeah, and the slab was like it was nice and heavy. It was
Yeah.
clear. This is not like JT's saying. This is not like, hey, I recommend buying this if you're gonna be selling your cards and stuff like that. Um, PSA is always gonna hold a premium probably, but I do want to talk about them because in terms of like quality of the card,
Yeah.
they have the best. Like, let me just show you guys. So let's go to the pop report. Like I was impressed. So I want to send in some Renegade Raiders because they do it by Fortnite. So you can let me just show you. They do it by like the sports and stuff, and they have their own Fortnite section, which is really
Yeah.
cool. But once you go in and you look at a card, so you go to this is 2019. This is a hollow foil Ember. So you can look at the grade of any card, and it'll tell you everything about the card and what's wrong with it. So this card in particular, which it has a grayscale here, but it got an 824 points, which is an 8. And it tells you it lost points here, 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 here. And it tells you about the corners, tells you about the surface damage, and it tells you every single thing wrong with the card. This is what PSA does not do. And then it does close-up pictures of the edges. I mean, it's pretty crazy. So
Nice.
I want to send in some, and then it keeps a picture of everything. So I want to send in some reloaded cards to see what they're saying about the Renegade Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really happy with the slab. Probably the best looking slab out there, in my opinion. In person, for sure.
Yeah, in person is definitely amazing. On that note, though, I will say I was thoroughly surprised how much I liked CGC uh, slabs up close. That new slab looks amazing. It was very interesting seeing that one because I definitely just even I think even Wayne showed us a pristine one, right? It was a pristine, if I'm not mistaken, that we seen of it.
Yes, because it was gold.
Yeah,
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 it had the gold
that one looks
label.
great too. That one looks great too. So I was very surprised by both of those. The blue label of CGC I wasn't too big of a fan of, even though it matched with my comics, but this new one is definitely pretty dope.
Yeah, I actually like the CGC slabs too. I'm
Hmm.
still the label I think is a little bit better, but I'm still on the fence with it. Like I don't like how they do the gradient papers for the labels
Hmm.
personally, but I like the slab. Like tag, it's very clear. Like it's not
Yeah,
frosted, and it was nice and heavy. Um, I have to say the prototype cards looked amazing in person in a slab. Because
the
I mean, we
best.
had Wayne there, and then we had Black
Yep.
Ash there, so they had
Yeah.
all the goods to look at, and it was pretty impressive in the CGC slab. So I was like on the fence. I was like, oh, CGC is actually pretty good, and then I fell upon tag. I was like, well, wait a minute. I was saying
Yeah.
I think CGC should buy tag. Because they're pretty similar slabs except for like the label, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not. I was like shitting on CGC, but now I'm like, okay, they're pretty nice in person.
Great upgrade for sure. So lower grades because the computer can pick up that the naked eye can't exactly. Yeah, that's definitely something that
Yeah, so
Tag
it's
has going for
accurate grades,
themselves.
right? So they
Hmm.
can detect a lot of things, and you get to know why. Versus like PSA, you won't know why. Um, so like that's why I think was interesting about this. Like you have this report, right? So I
Yeah,
wouldn't sell a Tag 10 for less than a PSA 10 personally. Whether someone will buy it, who knows? But you have to report there so you know if it's a 10. Like with PSA, like or even PGS, right? CGC, like those are all like if you don't know if you cross grade if it'll work or not. But when it's like this clear of detailed, I feel like you have a pretty high chance of it crossing over. Especially when you look at so like in here, see if you can zoom in. This is a gem mint. It got 966 points. So to get what was it 990 990
98.
for
I thought it
990 for
was
a pristine or
it
994.
was like 994. It might have been. I think it was like 994.
Yeah, so I can't stand HGA though. I'll tell you. I mean like first of all like what I like personally about tag is the design. Like I like the monochromatic, just the white on the clear. Beautiful. I like it. Nice and clean. I hate this. This looks cheap and cheesy to me. To me,
Hmm.
in my
Same,
opinion.
same.
Right? It's like I don't care. I don't want the label to take like art, right? I want the card to be the art, and tag does that. Like you just see the card.
Yeah,
So that's what I like about it, personally.
yeah.
Which company, Tag or HGA?
Then he's talking about Tag.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't. All right, here's a cool thing, JT. Tell me this. They've been working on this for like 10 years. I've talked to them pretty extensively. and I guess they're bankrolled to last a pretty long time. Um, they have plans to expand, and the next thing after they figure out the cards and stuff, they told us that they were interested in working on comics too. I have to tell you, as a collector of comics, I was like, I wouldn't mind getting some comics in this TAG, the tag slab, personally. Um, so I think they might last longer. I have no idea if like it's going to compete against PSA. Probably not. There's too many companies out there. But I just
Mm,
wanted to share because they're giving Fortnite a lot of love at the national, like a
yeah,
lot. I mean, they've
yeah,
graded like they haven't graded a ton of cards, right, compared to like the other ones.
right.
But like Fortnite is the least they've graded by far, and they had half of their stuff was Fortnite. They had like
Hmm.
almost a whole display for Fortnite. So I thought it was pretty epic. That's why I wanted to share with it.
Husky, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I think it's you know what I will say though, to just like round this conversation out. I think you know how like a lot of times people complain about like the the PSAs and everything of the world, the BGS, SGC. People aren't ready, and I don't think they want in their mind right now, they want AI grading. You know what I mean? Like it was
Well,
like that,
yeah,
and
they're
that's
like
yeah.
because like they said here, they said, "Oh, it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be harder to get a 10."
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like people was like, "Do you really want PSA because you know it's a 10?" I don't know.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
yeah, that's a good question. They don't want it to be hard.
Yeah. I
They will grade prototypes as of right now. I almost got my Rob's hunting rifle. I almost got it graded.
yeah.
But then I gave it back to Rob because mine was at home. I forgot to bring it. But I asked them and they looked at it. They talked to management. And they said they would grade it. So not that I
Yes.
don't know if anybody's going to be doing. I think most people are going to be going to CGC for prototypes.
Yeah.
I mean, the majority of them are at CGC. So just
Mm-hmm.
for like something that like people are already like iffy about, like you kind of want them in the CGC slab, like all the other ones probably,
And
or
if
the SGC.
yeah, and I think that for all of these companies, because like I said, I CGC slab definitely won me over. The tag slab looked amazing, and the way they grade is amazing. But one thing I have to say is, I always say feel like a broken record at this point. If these companies want to compete with PSA, they have to build that business collectible side. Like I think that's what's really missing from
Hmm.
somebody really competing with them. Like you have to do things like set registry, like true set registry. PSA has the magazines, they have great rollouts, things like that. Even if I think a lot of people, Dylan, you're not the only one that's frustrated with PSA, let's be real, right?
Yeah,
So I think that's one thing people that's frustrated with PSA can't deny, that that side is definitely shored up. So I think if one of these companies that have these great slabs, that have the great business side when it comes to the processing, I think if they can get more on the collector side and kind of spotlight, I think they'll do really well.
yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, me personally, it's like I was thinking, how can I stop selling cards? Is like put them in tag. No one's gonna buy them. So, so I was like, I graded 10 there. So I'll do the reveal, but like just like I was doing with SGC, this is gonna be like PC, just so you guys know. Like I'm not like, hey, go buy this if you're gonna resell.
Yeah.
If they do catch up, it's probably gonna take a while, right?
Hmm.
I was interested just because I like to collect things, and I thought my collection would look dope in that. So I
Right.
graded some. I didn't have much with me, but I graded some shards.
Yeah.
Italy Aura shard, Italy Pump shard. I think a USA Rocks shard maybe. But
Hmm.
there's like 10 cards that I graded, so I'm excited to see those come back.
Yeah. Um, Also, like just going into what we've seen from kind of jump into what we started off with. Uh Man, them first 2 days that we were there, it seemed really, besides the displays, and me, Dylan, and Black Ash was walking around, we were like, yo, there's no Fortnite cards here. On top of that, I didn't see a lot of Marvel either. Like that was
Mm-hmm.
another thing. I was very surprised by that. I thought that I would see at least more Marvel. I was expecting for Fortnite cards to be low. But the fact that we didn't see Fortnite cards, and then you see the hobby come together on Wednesday. Was that Wednesday? No, that wasn't Wednesday. That was Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday we
Friday.
all met in the
Yeah,
lobby.
yeah. Seeing the hobby come together and seeing
The trades go
Dylan,
down,
yeah,
which that was cool.
I don't know what you took from it, Dylan, but seeing it in person of people explaining, like I'm specifically, you'll see it in the video, but I'm specifically talking about Richard and Black Ash deal. seeing them explain why they wanted the cards or why they wouldn't let the cards go. Richard was trying to accomplish something, but Randy wasn't going to just give it away. Seeing those things up close for our hobby was amazing. We see that with sports cards, with all those things
Hmm.
all the time, but seeing it for our hobby and why people collect what they collect, that was great to see in person.
I have to say I mean, there was 5 days. Like it was packed with
It was
people,
packed. Yeah,
and the fraction of Fortnite. So like people still do not understand. Like I saw kids walk by and they said Fortnite cards. They literally like were like surprised or whatever. Um, there was a whole display for Gary V's cards. Oh, and by the way, we met Gary V, and he signed our
yeah.
overshield, which was kind of
Signed our
cool.
overshield. That was dope.
That was dope. Yeah. But like so Gary V had a whole display for his V friends and everyone was stopping. And so when we were talking to Tag, they're like, "Are you guys the guys for Fortnite cards?" And we're like, "Well, we have a whole community, right? And like
Hmm.
we're not the biggest collectors. We know some of the
Yeah.
biggest ones out there."
Hmm.
And so we're talking to them about that. But I was like, Rob and I were talking, it's like, man, we have to pioneer this.
Yeah.
So, like
Yeah.
originally we were talking like we're going to expand THG and we're going to do checklists for all these different things. I think we may just double down on Fortnite
Double
cards.
down. Yeah.
I think we're just going to just double down, and next year we're going to go hard. Maybe get a booth,
Hmm.
but we have to be the ones who push this hobby. First of all,
Hmm.
it's all super rare, right? Everything's so rare.
Yep.
Like I saw how many people were collecting. I saw how many kids were there collecting cards. Like there were kids scattered on the floor collecting and trading.
Yeah.
They all had graded cards in their cases, like a
Yeah.
bunch of them. And the fact that they don't know about they're collecting sports because their parents collect sports and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But they're gonna be in a generation where they might
Yeah.
want to get to collect Fortnite in the future. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of kids in this hobby, not like the comics, right?
Hmm.
Like kids don't collect comics as much as they did. There's lots and lots of kids in these cards. It's pretty
A
crazy.
lot. Yeah. That was a good point what Dylan brought up when it came to like doubling down because it wasn't like we were feeling like Fortnite wasn't going to do what we always felt. It was just like, oh, okay. In the meantime, because creating content, we're like, yo, if no more sets is coming out, we have to figure out how to, create this content. But the thing is, there's so many things that's unturned about this hobby,
Hmm.
the conversations that haven't been had, and so it's going to be great to see what happens over the next. It's less than 365 days now, but over the next year, leading into going to Ohio for the national, which is a lot closer to me, thank God. That's going to be fun though. I think next year is going to be fun. Hopefully, we can double or triple who was there this year. And
Hmm.
if we do that, right? Let's say we get to where there's 30 true Fortnite collectors. That is going to be an amazing time. Like that's going to be a game changer because now we're inserting ourselves into the hobby. And when Dylan just brought that up, he wasn't just talking about me and him and THG. We're talking about the hobby in general. Like
Hmm.
we all have to pioneer through this, and whether it's other people creating content, all those things is is really important because we have something great. And I think that people still haven't really understood what we have, the scarcity, the rarity, and just the great collectability of Fortnite cards.
Yeah, it was almost laughable how ignorant some of
Yeah.
these people are. So I was going around talking to like people at like selling cards and stuff, and I found a card shop. I guess they're all pretty much card shops there, right? So I talked to this guy who was like the owner, and he had this display of all non-sports stuff, huge display, right? And the guy was like, "Yo, people are sleeping on these poker player cards. They're so rare. They're poker players. They're so beautiful looking. I mean, I play poker. I used to play poker, so I was a little interested in looking at them. Look nothing like Fortnite, and he was like going on about like how everyone's missing out. I was like, dude, you guys don't even know. This is what you think is
Mm-mm.
gonna be the next thing. Is like, well, and like he was trying to charge like $200-300 for a Daniel Negreanu poker
Yeah.
trading card, and I was just like, these guys are so behind and not paying attention.
Hmm.
Wayne, I saw that on Instagram, or maybe I'll post. I forget where I saw it, but I was watching that, and then I saw some on YouTube where he was opening up Pokemon packs, and I
Hmm.
saw. So I like, what was it? Were there kids lining up? Did kids recognize the Black Knight? I was interested to see like where was the interaction there.
Yeah.
I'm sure people were taken back because like the Black Knight at the National, they probably didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I'm sure that created some kind of conversations.
Yeah. And
Let me know in the chat.
so obviously, I watched a lot of. other podcasts, other collectors' content when it came to what they felt about their national recap, and they did say their one con, not one, but their major con was that it felt a little too corporate on the front end and
For
not
which one?
they were it was like I watched a lot of recaps and a lot of them was saying how it felt a little too corporate on the front end. So you know
Hmm.
how when you first walk in and it's the breaking, the whatnot, they said it felt a little too corporate. Once again, this was me and Dylan first time, so we don't know what
It was
that
in the
was
past.
like, in the past. So we can't really speak on that. But I think that I think it was just thriving. I don't know if it was better or worse. What wasn't there to experience it before, but it was definitely thriving. Even if it wasn't Fortnite cards, the hobby's definitely healthy, and it definitely seemed like it was more collectors than flippers. But that's yet to be told. But it was very interesting.
Yeah, it was very. I get what you mean by to explain corporate, right? We come in, you have Whatnot, who's new and big
Yeah.
in the game, right? And so they have all these booths for Whatnot and
Hmm.
breaking stuff, and like there's a whole section of people breaking live and all this kinds of stuff. Fanatics had a whole panel, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very corporate. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made, so there's a lot of
It
companies in
is.
there.
Like, yeah.
Um, but that's it's a good sign because like they wouldn't be
Hmm.
there if there wasn't a lot of people in it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
collecting cards is at an all-time high. And I honestly, I was like looking at all this stuff, and it's like I want to stick to this. That I think that once Fortnite gets out of its like whatever it is, this phase that all things go through, like Pokemon went through it, anime went through it, where like people
Hmm.
don't touch it, right? Because they don't
Yep.
know if that's cool or not. Once it gets past that stage, all bets are off.
Yeah.
That was my interpretation of this. Is how many people were there collecting? If that
Yeah.
was for Fortnite,
Hmm.
there'd be nothing left.
Yeah.
There'd literally be nothing left.
That's true. That's true.
Like it made
Like.
me be like, dang, I'm sleeping on these cards, man. Because like if a quarter of that happened,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
we there would be nothing.
The that's very true. That's a good point because the exchange of hands, like Dylan is saying, the exchange of hands couldn't happen at that rate with Fortnite cards. Not because it's new, not because it's slept on, but because it's literally not enough cards. Like
Hmm.
it's that scarce, and so that's going to be the interesting part where I think whatever comes next for Fortnite, if it gets picked up, whatever the case may be, these first four sets plus stickers, um, is cemented, man. It's amazing. It's amazing to see what the potential is going to be over the next 5 to 10 years.
And I also like I've seen a lot of people who are going to I forget their names. They do a lot of shows. And they promote Fortnite cards at all the like card shows and stuff like
Oh,
that. Tell me out with their name. They
I
have
have
a
I have their card upstairs. I hate that I'm forgetting their name right now. It starts with a C. Uh,
someone
dang.
remind us. They're in the
Yeah,
Facebook group. But they're going to all the shows and they're promoting Fortnite cards heavy. And they're getting a lot of interest and everyone's asking for Renegade Raider. They said, um, so we THG wants to start doing that too. We want to get out there, get to these
yeah,
shows. We might team up with Black Ash because he has a lot
yep,
of cards. Just put them on display, put them at high prices so no one buys them. Just like to show off the cool stuff.
yeah,
Um, so we want to start working towards that goal, I think.
yeah.
I don't think we can be in the national
Right,
this year, right? But
right.
I do think we want to plan maybe the next one
Hmm.
after, right?
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
we're trying to think ahead and
Hmm.
because you have to get in early for the national, right? You have to put it in and so we wouldn't be ready, but maybe the next year back in Chicago again.
Yeah, for sure. And then so Cruz Supply said my 9-year-old is a diehard Fortnite gamer. I started putting away his Fortnite cards for his collection. That's what we expect. That's what we always
That's
that's
an awesome parent right there.
yeah, that's dope. It's like the fact that you can pay attention, you can kind of see what skins he's rotating through, what he plays with, what's his main, and then you're putting those cards away from him. I can't imagine what nostalgia is going to hit him when you finally give him those cards, and that's what we're expecting to happen. Uh, I know me and Dylan has gotten a lot of pushback when we project that gamers that play Fortnite is eventually going to collect the cards. We got pushback on that all the time, but that's what we expect, and I think more things like this is going to happen.
So Husky is always saying Renegade Raider for 9.5K.
Uh-huh.
I'm watching this too. For those who don't know, I used to own this card. Okay, just so y'all know. So take my opinion
JT
for
enters the
whatever you
chat.
want. Okay. Do I think this is a fair price? I sold it right for 1K.
Yeah.
But like the day I had it, he offered me 9K and I sold it. He knows what he was doing. It's a good card. When I sold it, there was 10 on the pop report, all mine, I think.
Hmm.
So now there are, let's see. Where's Renegade Raider at?
JT, I knew you was coming. I knew you was coming.
There's 61. Okay, so 61 to 1. So is $9,500 a fair price, Husky? I mean, there's at this rate, it's gonna be needed to get 1,000 graded to even get to 20 of them in a 10.
Hmm.
A
Hmm.
1,000 of them graded at this rate. So he's the only one with it. I think he can set his price. I mean, if you look at the prototypes,
Hmm.
I mean, I think that's a decent price. I don't know what people are gonna pay. I can't afford $9,500, so that's out of my range. But like, I don't know what you guys would sell it for. I'm not mad
Yeah.
at him for trying to sell it for 9K. I don't. I know people want it. I don't. What do you think? 9K?
Uh, Um, I won't. I won't say if I think it's right or wrong. What I will say is that this card has a lot of attention. A lot of people are very interested in this card. Uh, I think that it's gonna sell. Dang, I don't want to say prices. I think that is
True, Wayne.
I think that is
Very
going to be a
true.
healthy price. I think it's going to be a healthy price. You know, and I think what I will say is this. What I will say is this: if another 10 pops up, that price, even though that's still scarce, the price will drop
Yeah,
drastically of how
agree.
people view it. So I will say that that's in a factor, but based off of not trying to influence anything or say anything to vary it, it's a great card. It's a great
I
card. And
I
that's
think
what I can say.
I think you're right on the part. Like, this is like the price is like he's not in like Harry said, he's not in a rush to sell it.
Right.
And you
You're not
shouldn't
gonna
be,
get it out of
right?
his hands easy.
Like
Yeah.
what if one doesn't pop till over 200, you know what I mean?
Very
Right?
true.
So like he's willing to wait and see. Of course, he probably could make a good profit off what I sold it to him. He could
Yeah.
probably make a good profit now, but he's willing
Yeah.
to risk that cuz like if a 10 pops up and goes for sale, they're going to like the price is going to go down like you said.
Yeah.
Competition. So he's willing to bet it. Yeah, I mean, people do this all the time. We can go look at any of like the PSA 10, like the Ghoul Troopers, right?
Yeah. Wayne said he getting a couple this month. He think he gonna pull some tens off.
Try to find that Ghoul Trooper 10, what they have it listed for. Like this one's listed for 20,000. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that has a much higher pop. Of course, there's a Cracked Ice Series 1. You know, I get it, much more rare, but still, that's overpriced, right? But they're willing to
Yeah.
wait. That's kind of what that is. Um,
Yeah.
Now Wayne does have some reloaded boxes. I'm interested to see what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne, did you get yours? Did you get yours in from what you sent that I sold you? It was in like phase 2. Wayne is so kind that he's like updating me. The ones that you sold me, I sent in. This is where they're at, just so you know.
So I can keep that dead fire hollow. Richard, I got you, bro.
Now I have to say, I did see Wayne's Renegade Raider prototype
Hmm.
in
That
person,
thing is
and it was like it was pretty
it,
amazing.
it was crazy to look at. It was crazy to look at. All those prototype cards, man. Seeing Aerial Assault Trooper,
Hmm.
that was insane. Though Renegade Raider and Aerial Assault Trooper, seeing those cards is pretty crazy because it just makes you think of what if they would have made it in a set. I can't imagine what those shards would look like. Oh no, we're not skipping out on that.
All right, if you guys want to know, since
Uh,
Rob Black Ash and I we all went together, so we hung out the
yeah,
whole time, and then one of the mornings before the show we shot some hoops real briefly, because we're very competitive people. I
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
played basketball or worked out in like 2 or 3 years now, and
yeah.
I was heaving. I was but I did pretty decent, and if I had better shoes, I might have done a little bit better. Black
Nah,
Ash
that
won
was
though. I'll give it to
yeah,
him.
that
He won
was
that
we
time.
had we played 3 games. I held my weight. Black Ash came up on top on the 3 games, but I was proud of my performance. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty good.
I was dying after the first minute. I'm so out of shape. I might be
Yeah.
skinny, but I'm out of shape. It was crazy. Too much collecting, too much YouTube. I was like, I gotta get back out there.
Uh, based off of the coffee I had that morning. If y'all want to know what I felt like the first game, if y'all ever watched The Office, y'all remember when they ran for 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 the rabies charity and Michael Scott ate the Alfredo before the run. That's what I felt like. He was, that was how I felt in my inside. But it was a great game, man. I'm happy. I'm happy. Like I showed
Um,
them off though. Jump
Husky,
shot was on point.
whose CGC8 did you see, Husky? Because a lot of people are grading with CGC, and they're not prototypes. So I don't know if what you're looking at was a prototype. Um, so some
Oh,
people were
which one
grading with
was?
CGC. It might have been like an auto or something. I don't
Mhm.
know, or maybe it was just a regular series card. I don't know which card you're referring to.
Uh yeah,
Was this
Warfighter. Yeah.
was this on like eBay or something? Did I miss something?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I missed that one. I don't know which one y'all are referring to.
CGC port with the black logo. eBay it is. Okay.
Oh yeah, if it's
Okay.
on eBay. I mean, I can do a quick search for it, but it's probably just not a prototype. Someone probably just graded. Did they label it as a prototype? I did find some sketchy people on eBay, guys, so be careful. Someone is posting the back of the card, calling it
Oh
cracked
yeah.
ice. They're
Oh yeah.
saying buy it now, $50. No, yeah, buy it now, $50, but that's the starting bid is 50. But like
Hmm.
the second image is actually the front, and it's not even a hollow; it's a base card. And he did that on
Yeah.
multiple posts, always posting the back of the picture first. I think, and then he listed it as like a auction, so
Yeah.
people quick buy it. Like you could buy it now for this, or wait for it to go to auction. So
Hmm.
I think he's trying to like trick people. So just be careful. Oh, it's got to be. What the heck just happened?
What was it taken down? Did it take it? Oh no.
Is it this one? I like zoom in on that. So this one, man, I'd have to see it in person. So the guy's jacket is black. Um,
Hmm.
is there any other ones that we were looking at? Was that the one? That one's obviously white. Is it the purple? Um, yeah, is it the moniker? It might be just because it's a black jacket.
Hmm.
Mm, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, that's a good point.
It is
Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
whenever it's
Yeah.
over black, what do they want for it? I mean, they called it unreleased, right? Oh no, yeah, that's unreleased. I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right bottom half of the eye, I can see the line of the jacket go through. So yeah,
Hmm.
that moniker is definitely a prototype. Was there another one? Maybe this guy. I don't know why it's doing that. No, that one's clearly green right there. Yeah, you can see the outfit. It's just kind of hard to tell because the jacket is black.
Yeah.
Um, but besides that, it was a great trip. I didn't bring any of my comics. I should have. You could have graded them.
Yeah. We dropped the ball on that. We definitely went to grade. What's Dylan? That's issue number 4, right? 0 point with the Renegade. Is that
Yeah,
issue number?
I had it right here.
Yeah. This is one that I definitely wish I would have thought of because I would have loved to grade at least 10 to 12 of these. That's the reason why I say 10 to 12. I have like 30 of those. But the reason why I say 10 to 12 is because those are the only ones that I feel can 9.8 is not a lot. And I mean, I'm being nice with 10 to 12. It might be lower than that. It really might be like 5 or 6. But
Yeah, I haven't looked at the
that might be a
popcorn
hard
either.
grade.
There's one of the
Yeah.
ones I don't have graded. I
Yeah.
definitely want that one. Yeah, for sure.
That did you so I was trying to think it was very interesting, and you'll see more of it. We could just like lightly talk about it here, but seeing people like Black Ash and Wayne, but specifically Black Ash, he's building a crazy collection. Uh,
Building. He already has a
yeah,
crazy collection. Him
touche.
and Wayne.
Yeah, touche. And
They're adding to
seeing
their crazy collection.
man the transactions that happened in the way that it formed when it came to the crystal shards that was given up for the prototype cards and vice versa is pretty crazy to see.
Yeah, one second, JT.
Can you pump can you pump the monofoil too? I bought one for $20. Warfighter, that's what we thought too. That's what we thought too. Yeah, they were definitely great in comics there at CGC. Um, I was mad because I would have loved to get some comics graded and get them back. But yeah, that they definitely was.
This is one of the coolest comics you'll ever see. Super rare. There you go, JT. It's the monofoil.
Yeah,
I actually love this comic a lot.
yeah,
I wanted to buy one. $20 is crazy, JT.
yeah.
That's
That's a steal.
crazy.
That's a steal.
I need JT be finding all the deals. I swear. I almost bought one. I almost bought one for like 400 the other day, and I was like
Yeah,
on the fence. It's like I kind of want another one.
yeah,
20 is crazy.
yeah,
Dang. They do comics. Did you say this part?
yeah. I said it.
Yeah. Um, how
Um,
much is the Ultima Knight? Which Ultima Knight? The one that I just showed earlier? No. I do not have an Ultima Knight.
Brent,
That's one of the ones they had on display at the tag.
yeah,
So that's kind of why I put it on there.
Brent. You looking for the if you looking for the cracked ice, Ultimate?
Because there was one on eBay, wasn't there?
I think so.
I can't remember exactly. Oh wow!
Wow, that's crazy. Congrats on that, bro. That's a steal. My goodness, still not even worried.
I need friends like JT to be like, "Hey, this is coming on here for
Yo,
$20." JT just be collecting in silence.
yo, you really do. You just be scooping up.
He just be scooping up. We talking about like Wayne. We're talking about Black Ash. I need to see what's in JT's collection.
Yeah, me and
Whenever you're willing to share, JT, I'd love to go through
man,
your
I
collection.
we need to see that collection. I know you trying to wait till you get to a couple things in there that you probably been buying, but we definitely would love to see that.
And
Uh,
so, I mean, like JT, if you guys don't know, he collects a lot of the comic, a lot of the lore stuff. He collects a lot of
mhm,
like the original prints, like he got me into. Now
mhm,
I spent more money on comic prints than I
yeah,
have cards. I'm pretty sure. Um, so I really appreciate you getting us into that. I tried to buy that pink one, right there, that pink one
yeah,
with Hayes. I tried to buy that from the artist. He said he sold it, and then he's like, "But I can do custom commissions." I was like, "Ooh, that would be kind of dope."
yeah. Custom
Uh,
commissions would be
Like
fire.
Aura and like Hush, can I get some of
Yeah,
those in there? So he quoted me, and it was
it was
like
a nice price.
$5,500.
I was just something light, right?
I was like, "Oh, I don't think I can do that." I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Oh, JT's gonna share something cool.
Oh, let's go.
Um, I did pick up this.
Yeah.
It's Black Ash was trying to bid me up, and then he reached out. I was like, "Hey, is that you bidding on that Hush?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, you can have it." I was like, "Thank you."
Me and Black Ash did a trade as well. We did it back at the room, so we was in the thick of it before we even thought about recording it. But we did do a trade. It was a nice one too. It took a lot for me to do it, but as in
I
like mentally. But it was a good trade in my
I
opinion.
think next year we definitely have to get way more people there to do trades. Like it
Yes.
was so I was mad and bringing us stuff because it was
Yeah.
fun. Black Ash offered me a crazy trade. He tried to
Yeah,
get one of my orders, and he like had me on the fence.
he
Um,
did.
I was thinking about it, and then it's like hours went by, and I just couldn't do it. So he took his cards away. But like he put up
Yeah,
some crazy cards, and I was like really tempted. But I think
yeah,
we were both like nervous about it. So I was like he was
yeah.
happy to take it off the table. Um,
No, it was definitely it was definitely risky on both sides. Both sides it was definitely risky. I see why y'all withdrew on that one. I had to. I got a drift in my collection now, Crystal Shard. Uh, no, man, might as well show it off. That.
yeah, yeah.
You
There you
know,
go.
look at
Said
that.
might as well. That's what you were looking
So
for, right?
yeah. Now, don't know if, especially with PSA, don't know if it'll get an 8 or a 9 or whatever the case is. It doesn't matter. Drift is one that I had to have in my collection. Uh, got a jump shot.
Oh, one
Then
of those popped up on eBay.
did it? I haven't even
I
looked.
almost bought it, but I don't
What was
collect
it?
him. I
What was it cheap?
hesitated.
It was
It
cheap.
was it was cheap.
What?
sixty
Damn.
dollars.
What was the
I
condition?
I can't remember. I probably wasn't a 10, maybe 8 or 9. It wasn't
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
I was like, I should just buy that because I was thinking like because of this, I need to start buying cards to trade with other people. I
There it
only
is.
buy
Yeah,
stuff I like, and it makes it harder to trade.
yeah, yeah.
So
That is. I was definitely in that same boat too, because you know that like I told you, I got to the point where I was at my collection. Like I was at the point where my collection, it was nothing else moving in there. But the experience that we got at the national this next year, through this year, I will be making conscious decisions for the next meetup for sure.
yeah, because you don't just because you don't collect something doesn't mean someone else does it. So if you see a good
Right.
deal for a card that's kind of decent, you should probably take it and then take it for trade bait. Um,
Yeah.
I was super excited to watch
Yeah.
that, and I want next year. I want to trade as
Yeah.
like Black Ash said. I probably would have, I probably would have won that trade. All right, we can ask you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe he doesn't want to know what he's about to give away. Um,
We'll wait for
uh,
his.
I'm not gonna
We'll
wait
wait
for
for.
him. So he was about to give me a Royal Knight Cracked Ice PSA 8,
Which was
and,
mine originally.
which was yours because he got it from Rob for the trade.
Yeah.
And then he was going to give me a Panda Team Leader Raw,
No
um,
share. No share.
and that was it. Never mind. Okay, we won't go into
Yo.
it. Okay, Black Ash, you got in
Yo.
there just
Yeah.
in time.
But
I was
just
gonna
to
give him 30
finish
cracked
that.
ice cards. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, listen. Yo, I had to add Maximilian. If y'all don't know, Wayne gifted me a prototype of Maximilian. So I got that graded with CGC. So I had to add the shard. I already had a shard, but it was a PSA 7. Me and Richard did a little deal. And then I had to get Bandolette based off the comics. I loved her personality in the comics. So I had to have one of those in my collection. But yeah, man, I gave up a PSA 9 Aura for Drift
Can we just talk
and
about your
a
bathroom
Royal
lighting
Knight.
here? Your bathroom lighting is beautiful, Rob, because those shards are
This
shiny.
is not my bathroom, bro.
Your bathroom
Yo,
lighting is perfect. I don't know what
it's
light that
perfect.
is, but those joints
Yo,
are shiny.
it's hitting, right? It's hitting.
Yeah, that's hitting.
Man.
I mean, I don't know how you got lighting like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I have to thank my father-in-law for that one.
Yeah, you picked a good spot. You picked a good
Yeah,
spot.
man.
All right. Oh, I got a message. I think we have something cool to share. Let me see if I can.
You pulling it up?
I'm going. I was on the wrong account. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, while Dylan's pulling that up, I did something that some people would feel was crazy, but if you know who Black Ash is and what type of collector he is, I gave up all of my autos, my auto cards. Not all of them. I have my Cypher PK ones left, but everything else I gave up. He gave me all of these USA based looks. Y'all know I don't collect like this, but I couldn't turn it up because Black Ash has a great eye, and a lot of these are PSA 10 potential. So I had to double down on my main PC. I felt that the autos, I just know he can do a lot more with them when it comes to the way he's collecting and everything. Um, and I had the Cypher PK ones, which is the ones that I really wanted, and it looks the cleanest on Manic. So we had to do a little trade. That one was a very interesting. That was one I wasn't expecting, but that was a good trade as well.
All right, I'm gonna need some clarification on this. Um, are these? I'm gonna throw them up here. Are these from the? Are these from the album? Like, what are these, JT? I'm gonna share them here. They're pretty low resolution, guys, so hopefully you guys can see. But I'll throw them up here. Are these sketches?
Oh shoot,
They're the
that's
sketches from the
crazy.
LP.
JT, you're a savage, bro.
My man does
Yo,
not. Oh yeah, that's from the LP. So if you guys don't know, there was a Fortnite album that really was an album. I'll go back to it. I think it's I am like 8-bit or something.
yeah, Richard, it's a on that Maximilian, it's an indentation on the front near his face. That's why it got a 7.
So this release, you can still pre-order it. And it looks like JT bought the original artwork for it. It looks like, or
Wow,
sketches for it. All right,
that's
there's
major.
Peely. Let me see. You can definitely see the like there. There's the Peely right there.
Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
that's
You're a
dope.
monster. You're a monster. Come on now.
Yeah,
You got the vinyl art, the original.
man, it's crazy because I knew like the vinyls was coming. I because they were just doing it too much for like in the game. I'm like they have artwork, they have original music for all of these. It's in our locker. I'm like, it's no way they're not going to come out with a physical one eventually, especially with how popular vinyls is now. I'm glad they finally did. JT or Savage for this though.
Yeah, he is a savage. That's crazy. Who is on this? Can I see here? There's a lot of characters on that one on the boom boxes. It's a little grainy for me to see. Oh, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, I pre-ordered one too.
I haven't
For
pre-ordered one. I need to. Maybe I'll probably buy one off of eBay
no, I
eventually.
pre-order it.
You said pre-order it.
Pre-order it. Them vinyls jump quick.
Interesting. It says art not final, but you already got it, so I guess the art is final.
That
So this is gonna be the first. There's gonna be many more to come, I assume.
yeah, that's what it seems. I hope so. If they go that route, that's gonna get very interesting because I don't know if y'all know the vinyl grading is either just started or it's around the corner. I was just reading a couple articles on it about I think it was last year, I believe. Not that they're highly collectible without being graded. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and
They're
I'd be all down for that because I mean, so I collect stuff that like this beautiful look. I don't care too. I like the games a little bit, right?
mhm,
But at the same time, like vinyl artwork,
mhm,
cards, and comics is different than like the game packaging. So
mhm.
like graded vinyls would be really cool.
Yeah,
I think Tag is getting into graded games too. So
yeah,
like
that
all those graded things, everything's gonna be graded eventually.
yeah, my wife collects vinyls, so that wasn't too out of my realm. So
Hmm.
that's kind of fun seeing that come to fruition. Shane did say something interesting here though. He said, I think for the national we would need to bring cheaper graded cards to sell to the kids. If we came with only Series One shards, it would push away a new collector just starting the hobby. I'll say two things. The first thing, I completely agree with you. Um, Obviously, Series Three make that very possible and obviously some series too. The second thing I'll say though is this: stop sleeping on these kids, Shane. These kids are savages out there, man. I mean, I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Listen,
they weren't playing with like just like Don
no,
Russ
no,
dollar store packs, man. They all had their own Zion cases
yeah,
graded with like autos and everything. They were not messing around. These
yeah,
kids at the National had
yeah,
bigger collections than half the people in the Facebook group. It
yeah,
was insane.
and and to Dylan's point, like okay, when me, Black Ash and Dylan went to the FNCS, yes, 100%.
Yeah, that
They
100%.
they probably knew nothing about it. They definitely didn't know anything about it. We gave away so many different cards, all these opportunities. These kids at the national, they will get over on you with that type of stuff, and not even in a bad way. But I think there's because those ones that's at the national, they're not new collectors. They may be their first, it may be their first national, but they're very experienced,
And like
very
their parents are
experienced.
into it, so like you're into
Yeah,
their hobby. They've got some good cards, man. and they're selling. Like I'm watching Richard like hound Black Ash
Yeah,
down for getting him into their points. I was like, man, this generation is gonna be fun, man.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
these kids are like killing it, man.
So what we're saying is, I don't know if that's the right place. That if if it's not like if it's a mid tier card, let's say it's $100 card, giving it to them for $60 may not be the move there because they're savvy. They're
Hmm.
willing to play. They're no joke, man. So that's the great thing about the hobby. Richard, if y'all don't know, Richard is 18. So that 18 and down, man, they're nothing to play with. They're nothing to play with. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that grows over time.
Kari said an 8-year-old told him his collection was worth 6K.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is their generation, man. They know how to use eBay. They know how to use all the
Yeah,
apps. They know how to get the prices. They're not fooling around. They know what they're
yeah.
doing. And then if you put on like the Fortnite hat for these kids, it's gonna be kind
Hmm.
of crazy. So, but I
Yeah.
do like to expand it. We do need to get lower cards out there.
Right. Right.
And maybe those kids don't want to spend a lot of money on cards, right? Because they're trying to get in,
Yeah.
maybe they want to get into it. So having
Yep.
lower end would help.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's 17. Just to clarify, he's not that
Richard, you've
old
been
yet.
17 for a long time, but I'll rock with that.
He said he's been 17 for forever.
But
You got
maybe
an
you just,
old soul. I think that's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
But
Richard been
no, for
17
real,
for a long time.
I
But
think
yeah,
that would be smart. We could do like some lower end cards, even just like you know how the Pokemon packs, like the random packs, like $5. Even
yeah,
do something like that at events would be kind of cool.
yeah. Because to his point though, like Dylan's saying as well, giving them the initial response, like even if they're willing and dealing in sports or Pokemon, the fact that they didn't know about Fortnite or they're new to it, just giving them that entry point with some lower end cards is definitely the way to go.
Facts. I just felt my age, man. I mean, Richard's gonna be collecting for the next like 12 years. By the time he's like my age,
Yeah, no, he's gonna be.
he's gonna be a savage. He's gonna have the biggest collection, I
Man, listen,
swear.
we were all talking about it after we left that day. We were like, man, Richard, by the time he's like 23, he's gonna be running stuff, bro. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I'm excited to see how his collection grows going into his 20s, and he's 2 years away from that, 2.5 years. So
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy to say.
So I mean, all in all, we gotta get more trade nights going. Even if we don't go for like the national, I think we gotta get the Facebook group together more often, or like
Yeah,
do some kind of event ourselves.
yeah.
Some kind of like non-sports trading card event.
Hmm.
And is there something big like that that's like non-sports where we can get Fortnite?
Uh,
'Cause
it's like, so I know there's like something called Culture Collision. I know that's a trade show. I can't remember where that's located, but it's seeming like we're gonna have to figure something out. Pretty much, that's what it seems like. Like,
he said he's calling Cap on Richard's age. Right, Lane? I ain't 35 yet, but I'm like 31, if I remember correctly. I don't remember.
Collecticon. Yeah, that's an okay Collecticon. Yeah, we definitely got to find our place. And I think that's something interesting that we're talking about now, where we're so we're so early, and I'm not talking about investment early when I say that. We're so early in the inception of these cards that, man, we do have to find our place. We have to find where, not where we fit into the hobby, but how we can create our moments together compared to waiting for the masses to do it. Like, we can't wait for everybody else to catch on to do these things. We have to do it ourselves.
Some of y'all going to the event? When is the event? That I'd be interested. I mean, I don't know if my
Yeah.
wife will let me, but I was gone for so long.
He was gone for so long.
I came back and my kid was like, "You've been gone for weeks." I was like, "I was gone 2 days, 3 days." My kid was like, "No, it was weeks, weeks." I
Oh
was like, "All right,
man,
y'all
that's
gotta come with
funny.
me next time." So Collecticon is close, I'd be down.
I believe in March. March is a
Yo,
good
that's my
time.
birthday. I'll be 32.
Yeah,
I think it was my
32.
birthday. I'm old.
Bro, I turned 30. What is it? I turned 30 the 14th. I don't know what day it is, honestly.
Oh, you're still young. You're in
Yeah,
your 20s?
yeah, man. Still in my
Ah,
20s.
man. I remember
I'm
way
a
back when I was in my 20s.
when you're 20s. I'm a young OG. That's how I see it.
Then you said my birthday, and then you said January 26th. That's That's Richard's birthday, not mine.
Wait, Richard got a birthday from January 26th to 28th.
Yeah, he turns 18 in like
Richard,
3 years. He told me.
man, I know.
So
Richard gonna be 18 forever. I mean 17, my bad.
he said
17
18
again.
again.
17
Um,
again.
there is I don't know if you. I gotta get off eBay while I'm talking to you guys. Um, there is new Fortnite stuff coming out, guys. So just if you guys were curious of like where the game is going, um, they're bringing out a Mario Kart style racing game. It sounds like,
Hmm.
and I'm excited. Like I'm super excited. They're saying that this could like I don't know when it's coming. I think it's coming. I don't know if it's coming this season coming up
Hmm.
or next chapter. But like
Hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of talk about it, and it's getting kind of exciting. So basically, they're gonna have the cars. And it's gonna be like Mario Kart, where like you have the starting point, and like you can like get that extra boost if you start at the right time, and like attack each other as you're racing and stuff. So I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Who threw that up there? Don't be throwing up people's social security
No,
numbers.
I was trying to Dylan, can you delete
we
Richard's comment about his birthday, man? Like, I don't think you should put that up there. He got the whole joint out there.
I don't think I can ban
No,
user and
but
delete their comments.
no, we don't want to ban you, Richard. Richard, you might want to delete that one or something.
And why I have to ban them to delete it?
Yeah, that's wild. What's
It
up
says
with
ban
that thing,
user
right?
and delete their comments. If I click this, does it give me the option to just delete
No,
the comment?
don't even mess with it.
All right.
JT said,
We need to put a disclaimer out here. Please do not if you please do not give people your social security number. Don't do anything like that, guys. Also, while we're doing this, we do not provide financial advice. Is there anything else we need to say here?
we
Um,
just wrap it up. I think that's good for right now.
yeah, please don't message your social security number.
Warfighter,
Please.
41 and young, bro. 41 and young. That's what it is. 41 and young.
41, yeah. I mean, that's not young. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm 55, to be honest, most days. That's how I felt playing you guys playing basketball. I was dying. I was literally dying out there trying to
Oh my
survive.
goodness.
It was bad. It
It
was
was hot
bad.
that day and the air quality was not in our favor at all.
It was
So
early morning. I don't understand why it was like that. I don't know.
yeah.
It was a weak point. And no, they didn't get me in the. Someone asked if y'all got me into the gym to do
No,
weights.
no, Dylan wouldn't come down to the gym with me.
No, that's not true. I went in there. Black Ash and I
Yeah.
went in there, but you were gone.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. It wasn't enough for me to do a extended workout. They had dumbbells, so I did tricep. I did a little chest press, but it wasn't too much that I really could do. So I had to do a shorter one. You could do a lot with dumbbells, but I didn't want to work out multiple muscle groups, so got something light in.
And what else did we have? Oh, JT will like this. I'm sure he already knows though. Um, New comics are coming out. So we had talked about it. They were supposed to come out
Yep.
over the summer. A whole new comic store came out and pretty much said, yes, there is comics. They do
Yeah.
exist. They're coming, and I guess they're supposed to come out first week,
January.
the first
Yeah.
week of 2024.
Hmm.
So in January. So we only have 4 months. We have to 5 months we have to wait.
Yeah.
So it's like the first couple of weeks of January, we should see new Fortnite comics, and this will be just in time for the new chapter. So
Hmm.
hopefully it meshes well with the Fortnite chapter,
Yeah.
and maybe that's why we haven't seen them in so long. Maybe I don't know.
Right.
Like they're trying to time it with the story in game because there's not really been a story of them
Right.
so
Right.
far. They kind of took a break from it. It seems.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very, like you said, I think that, but I will say Fortnite has to stop doing this though. Like it has to be no matter what's happening or no matter what they're projecting to be their big moment, it
Hmm.
has to be consistent. That I won't lie, like that's not frustrating me. Like the story has to, even if you tell other sides of the faction to build up to where this story, where the story is going, or something along that lines. But like you said, we're fans of Fortnite, so I'm gonna see. I'll wait and see exactly how they're gonna do this. But I agree with you. I think it seems like they kind of settled it down until this next roll up.
The other thing interesting at the national is I talked to the guys from internationally, Koros.
I don't want to say their name wrong.
I
If
have
you
their
get,
card. Um, Crocus cards,
yes,
Crocus cards.
cool dudes, by the way. They look like they're
They brought a they brought
basketball
a
players.
they brought because they're
Like,
tall.
yeah,
They
yeah.
were tall. They did bring an Italy. So they brought an Italy Mega with them. And one of them
Hmm.
was wearing a Black Knight shirt. So I talked to them for a bit, and they had the Mario Panini cards. I'm gonna throw them up here. And the reason why I thought this was kind of cool because they have like the cracked ice and stuff, and like they're not that expensive. They're not. I don't think they're as rare as Fortnite. But so they had these cards, and they were telling me that before the movie came out, right, they were doing pretty decent. Like they were selling some boxes, but then they said once the movie hit, like people started ordering the boxes a heck of a lot more. And I
Yeah.
thought that was crazy interesting, right?
Hmm.
It's like the Mario movie comes out and they automatically think to go to the cards
Yeah.
that don't even have as much as like as we did for like Fortnite. We had 3, 4 different series that come out.
Yeah.
Um, so they said they started selling a whole bunch more once the movie came out. So that got me back to thinking. We were talking about the Fortnite comics, and we're talking about when the movie comes out, the comics are going to go crazy. Well, apparently the cards are going to go crazy too.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Very true. That man, I think that's the thing that we're always talking about how we have nothing yet. You know what I mean? We've collected these cards with no momentum besides
Hmm.
the hobby. The hobby is the momentum. What happens these when prototypes pop up, when a major BK sale happens, a major Pilly sale happens, that's all us. That's all the hobby. If any traction we get from outside of that, I'm interested to see what happens. I really am.
Did you see the news for talking about non-sports? Did you see about the Gathering, the Ring?
Oh, it's so Post Malone brought it, right?
Post Malone bought the
Yeah,
Magic card, the one of one,
yeah,
the Ring.
yeah.
I
I
mean, if
seen
we
that.
want to talk about like famous people starting to buy cards, there's a lot of famous people that do play Fortnite. Like a lot of athletes, a lot of singers and stuff. At least they used
Yeah,
to. I mean, it was in
yeah.
Logic's song. He had it. A couple of people have put it in their songs and stuff. I know
That.
Drake played at one point with Ninja, right? Was
Yeah,
it Drake and
yeah,
Ninja? Yeah.
yep. And Ninja was wearing Renegade in that video, in that when he was playing with Drake and Travis Scott and Juju Smith Schuster. Um, Also on that, never mind. I just lost my thought. It's
Yo,
gone.
JT, why do you say unless it's a Netflix movie they'll be worthless? Why? I don't even like Netflix movies. What Netflix movies do you like? I mean, I think Mario was great. Mario wasn't a Netflix movie. Mario was
No.
a great movie. I thought they did really good.
Yeah. No, the Mario movie was a great. They had a great rollout too, if we're being honest. Great rollout. I know that the soundtrack did very well. They knocked it out the park when it came to everything that they were supposed to for such an important IP.
Yeah, and like Barbie's doing really well.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. I think movies. I'm a big movie guy though. I know you are.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We went and saw
Uh,
Oppenheimer too while we were there.
Woo, man, listen. So okay, me and Dylan, we're not dumb people. But that day we might have been a little dumb, right? I am a big fan of Christopher Nolan. I knew about the movie. Dylan knew about the movie to an extent. We didn't know that thing was three
Not in
and a
the
half
same
hours, yo.
way.
Yo, listen. We went to that movie, yo. I felt like I was in the movie theater for half a day. Like literally, that it was crazy, but it was good though. It
It did
was.
feel like 4 hours. I thought I was seeing something else. Honestly,
Con,
I thought the movie had different actors in it.
context is fleeing the situation right now, pretty much.
All right, I'll tell you guys the story. So, um, I was like, "You want to go to the movies?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "I heard Oppenheimer's good." I was like, "All right, let's go see that," because we weren't gonna go see Barbie together. Um,
No.
and I was under the impression that Margot Robbie was in both the movies. I don't know why. I think I saw something on Instagram or Facebook, and there's like some kind of meme. So I thought like she was in both movies and she was competing against herself. I was like, oh sweet, I want to see her in Oppenheimer. I want to see Margot Robbie. And so we're like, I don't know, we're only halfway through the movie, so it's been like four
Yeah.
hours, right? Halfway through. And I nudge Rob, I go, yo, where's this Margot Robbie? And he's like, dude, she's not in this movie. I was like, that's 9 hours I'll never get back. It was just like,
Yo, man, I was dying because what Dylan seen was they were comparing the weeks, how polar opposite the movies was. And Dylan thought she was in both of them. Oh, that mess was funny. Like 2 hours into it, he's like, yo, where is she at? Like,
I mean, the
what?
movie was mad confusing some of the times because they kept going
Yeah,
forward in time, backwards in time. I was like,
yeah,
yo, I guess she's gonna pop up sooner or later. Maybe she's just like a background character.
yo.
Oh, I'm sorry. No disrespect. Come on, JT. JT always gotta get political, man. I'm just talking about the movies and the actors, JT. I do want to see Barbie. I'm not lying. I want to see Barbie. I was gonna see it with my kids, but they went without me.
Oh, they went without
So
you when you were in
no,
Chicago?
no, they actually went to see their grandparents the other day. So I think they went tonight to go see it. Some of
Yeah,
my kids, my older kids, not my younger
yeah,
ones, because it's not a movie for kids.
no.
Um, so
That was
it,
funny though. That was funny.
it was a good time. It was a good time. They actually brought the food to our seats. I
Yo, that
was
was crazy. That was crazy.
I was hyped about that. I was
Yeah.
overly hyped. And then we got back and Randy was like knocked out.
Yeah, Randy was done, man. He did compete. He competed in Fortnite. What was it? The Cash Cup, right? I
Hmm.
think it was the Cash Cup. By the time me and Dylan got back, Randy was out. So it's like I was
Yeah,
like,
he
yeah,
was like Fortnite over anything for real. He was like, I'm
yeah.
just gonna play Fortnite. I was like, all right, you do
He would
it.
have been, but you know what? It was good. He would have been mad at us if we would have took him to that movie.
Yeah,
He would have been mad at us. So
yeah, for
that
sure.
worked out.
And then I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that we saw there that would be interesting to you guys. I mean, we did get a free sticker um from Gary V for V
Oh
Friends.
yeah, oh yeah.
So
That was an interesting marketing scheme. I think. How do you think it worked out now that it's over? Like, do you think that was good for
no,
V friends?
I think that for the V Friends, I think it was great. I mean, I don't know what they did to get that in there. So if you were a VIP, you get a whole bag full of
Yeah,
all these gifts and stuff like that. And V Friends, they put in a sticker card into every single VIP. It was like numbered to like 500, and there's multiple
yeah.
different types, right? Because there's thousands of people that went. Um, so I mean, and you can, and it said go to the booth if you want to trade, right?
Hmm.
To trade them. So I thought it was a great marketing plan. So like if we wanted to boost those kinds of collectors, like
Yep.
that would be a crazy cool. Didn't they do that at they did a kids pack for Fortnite cards at one of the national events?
Oh yeah, the one that you grabbed and then they
It was trash.
yeah, it was trash. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was literally trash.
So what was that? That was 2 years ago, right? A
Had to
year
have
ago,
been.
something like that.
Did anyone acquire the trading cards coming starting with E, like
Starting with
Epic
a
Games?
oh Epic. Yeah, I think.
I didn't even see.
Mm-mm.
I didn't see Panini. Did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't see a like, I didn't see a specific Panini section, and I didn't see Upper Decks either. That's what I would have went to.
Yeah, I mean, I would went and talked to. I don't know if Wayne is still in here. I didn't see a Panini booth at all.
I think it was because I think, yeah, no, I really didn't.
I would have
Maybe,
definitely approached them if I had.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
see their booth.
Maybe Wayne seen Panini or something. I'm not sure, but I didn't see Panini, and I definitely didn't see Upper Deck.
Didn't see Upper Deck. It was just a lot of. It was a lot of breakers and a lot of sports shops.
Hmm.
Um, you know, yeah, they're too busy not making cards, I guess.
Yo, man, JT just said it. I was okay. Panini was there. Yo,
They must
JT,
have like a small booth.
man. I was just looking at that lawsuit they put out, and I was wondering when somebody was gonna do it, bro. Like,
Is
did
this
you
the
see it?
lawsuit for the redemptions?
No, this is a law. Panini's doing a lawsuit for Fanatics trying to monopolize the hobby, bro. Like
Oh, thank
they
God.
should have been. Somebody should have been. I'm like, yo, this is getting crazy. I mean, Dylan was touching on it the week before last, how you got the breaking, you got all of this in one space. That can't end well. It just no way that can end well. Something's gonna go wrong with that. So I'm glad that Panini did that. I doubt that they'll win or they'll come out on top on that, but at least they tried. I think Dylan got his father ear on.
Yeah, one of my kids is crying.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
yeah,
I've been saying this for a while, and the fact that they're making cards
yeah, yeah.
and then breaking them,
Makes no sense.
that to
That makes
me is like a disconnect.
makes no sense.
Like, how are you gonna make the product and then sell breaks for it, and then like you're doing all this other thing? So yeah, the monopoly thing, I think that makes sense.
Hold on. Then they purchased PWCC. They have the auction house.
Yeah, it's
Like
pretty
that's
crazy.
that's insane. That's insane. I don't know how that's gonna play out. Luckily we don't have to worry about that too much yet. But the health of the hobby is at stake for sure. So I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pay attention to that. Wayne, I'm down to start doing some collector-con shows, and figuring it out, even getting a booth, right, for
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
and,
for sure.
and pushing it.
I'm
Mainly because it
definitely
was a
down with
lot of
that.
fun,
It
right? It
was
was
crazy
a
fun.
ton of fun. Um,
Yeah,
and the more people get in the hobby, the better. Um, so I'm down with that.
yeah.
I have to go check on my kids, guys.
What's
We
up?
might have to cut this short.
Yeah, what time is it?
Yeah, my kid is crying, y'all. So we're gonna have to
Yeah.
cut it short. We appreciate you guys hopping on. I'll be back on in like a week, so next Friday at 10
Yes.
p.m. Rob will be home, I think, right?
Yes, I get home Sunday, so be back
Um,
home. The hopefully the way it's looking right now because I have everything sectioned off. Look for the video Wednesday or Thursday. So, but obviously I'll put out a precursor to that. So I can't wait for that video to come out though. Yeah. So, uh, we will see y'all next week.
thanks, guys. Sorry for the short one. Catch y'all later.
All right, have a good one, y'all.